Okay, so how did you start in the ring?
Oh, Steven.
Let's hear that story.
Let's hear that story. You see, as I grew up, I decided that I had to take out my frustration. That just butchering things on the floor wasn't enough. It didn't fulfill me inside. So I decided to go to a wrestling show one day. Have you ever been to a wrestling show, Steven?
I've been to a few, sir. I've been to a few.
Just a few? As I watched these guys mangle each other, I thought to myself, oh, Butcher, this is where you need to be. And as I was leaving that arena that night, the promoter who was putting on that spectacle ran up to me with his cowboy boots clicking. And it was just like I was in that basement again. It was just like I was in the basement with the Butcher himself, Albert Strickland, that pastor who showed me the way. This promoter, this wrestling promoter says, ha ha ha, sir, have you ever thought about being a professional wrestler? And I said, of course. It looks like something I would be interested in. And that's what happened. The very next Saturday, I started my training. And Steven, do you know that after my second match, I became a champion? 2 matches. That's how good I was. 2 matches.
Well, that's impressive. So was there anybody in the ring that you looked up to before that? Anybody that inspired the Butcher?
Anyone that inspired the Butcher. I inspire myself.
Oh, that's a good inspiration. Good motto for life.
I won.
Inspire yourself. Be like the Butcher.
I won the Central States Tag Team Championship in my second match with Trevor Murdoch. Do you know who that is?
I think we all know who Trevor Murdoch is.
Yes, my second match. I am the one who brought Trevor Murdoch to greatness.
And what promotion was this?
This was Central States Wrestling Alliance, ran by Frank Root.
We know the name well, too.
Oh, do you now? And I worked for Mr. Frank Root for many years. And I collected championships, just like I collect bodies for my kill floor.
Now, we've heard you've also been abroad, too. Other places other than the United States and local.
Oh, Steven, do you know what it's like to be in Japan at the young age of 21?
I can't say that I do.
I was
Any age.
1 year into the professional wrestling business, and I get the call to go to Japan to work for FMW. Do you know what FMW is?
I've heard the letters before.
It was the ECW of Japan. And I went over there and I worked a pay-per-view called Deep Throat.
We won't get into that. Too long.
Yes, do you know what it's like to have people camping outside of your hotel room because you're such a big star on the pay-per-view screen?
We won't get into that story.
That
This
was the Butcher,
This is
Steven.
about the Butcher.
That was me.
So tell me about any of your opponents over in Japan. Anyone that sticks out to you in memories?
Oh, Steven, in my very first match in Japan, I wrestled for the FMW 6-man championship against Geto and Jado and Kaori Nakayama. She was so beautiful. It's a shame she didn't end up on my kill floor.
That's too bad.
It is too bad, Steven. Because you know why? My tag team partners wasn't good enough.
That sucks, man. Don't you think there's a little bit of a personal responsibility, though?
I take personal responsibility for everything.
Okay.
But it was not my fault. Do you know, Steven, I am the Butcher? I am Damian Blade.
Yes, sir. I know the name well.
Pat Tanaka was my tag team partner. You may know him from the WWF.
I know that name, too.
Yes. You know what?
Very impressive.
He didn't hold up to his end of the deal. Bad Brad Elliott was my tag team partner as well. Also did not hold up to his end of the bargain. I went to Japan with a broken freaking ankle. I held up my end of the bargain, Steven, but they did not. We should have been 6-man tag team champions, but I left Japan empty-handed.
Okay, so after Japan, tell us about that.
I went to this place called Jolly Old England.
Okay. Now, you seem like you've got a bit of a English in you, like it's rubbed off a little bit. So tell us about your time in England.
Are you saying I have an accent?
I'm saying it's there, just a little bit.
Oh, Stephen, let me tell you about England. I was a star. They look at the butcher and they said, "A star is born." And I said, "Yes, indeed. I destroyed people in England. I destroyed Robbie Brookside. Does that name ring a bell to you?
The name does ring a bell.
He is a trainer for NXT for WWE. I wrestled him every
night,
night, Steven. Every night I destroyed Robbie Brookside.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. He laid on my kill floor. Oh, the memories, Steven. The memories.